Hello, this is Lloyd Princeton with iMatch Designers, the premier matchmaking service for the design and architecture industry. I wanted to speak with you today because I was recently have been involved in quite a few conversations about the do-it-yourself market, and the reality is that there are many tools out there for people to engage the design process on their own. Bear in mind, we're not just talking about buying furniture and dealing with decor. There are certain rendering programs that you can go ahead and do floor plans for your rooms. You have the ability to actually buy architectural plans online. Obviously, you still need a general contractor to build them, but you can get spec homes and you can get architectural plans and may not have to engage an architect at all other than paying for the plans. So yes, there are certain things that one can do by themselves, but this reminds me of kind of one of my favorite analogies. You can go shopping at a farmer's market and you can go to a store and you can have access to the same ingredients that a world-renowned chef will have. The only difference is that that chef will probably be able to assemble those ingredients in a manner that you may not have thought of and in a way that's incredibly pleasing to your palate, and frankly over the course of many hours that you don't have to spend doing so. So bear in mind what you gain in doing something on your own, maybe the pride of having done it, and maybe sometimes you save some money, and compare that with what you might lose by doing it on your own, which is time and which is the unique nature and the way that a trained professional may have done something. You also take on the liability for yourself. You know, it's very easy to buy something on the internet, but remember, you're just one little customer compared to potentially hundreds of thousands or millions of customers that are shopping with that organization, and your ability to get something returned if it's damaged or have to go through the process of having to return something. You can't sit on it in advance. You may have to return it, and then you are responsible and you are liable for it. And you have sole liability for everything that happens versus engaging a professional where they will go ahead and make sure that it is all done to your satisfaction. So it's really different levels of service and what you want out of it. I kind of liken the do-it-yourself market to on-the-job training, because remember, you're learning on the job as you do something. If you haven't done it before, you're going to have to learn how to do it, and in doing so, you'll probably make mistakes. It's a natural and normal thing. So you get to learn from those mistakes, but you get to make those mistakes, and you can pay for those mistakes, or work the professional who will go ahead and probably avoid those mistakes altogether and hopefully be able to curate the vast inventory and archives of materials and resources that are out there in the ether today that are only burgeoning every day. More and more to choose from. Takes time to sift through it. And for that which is not readily available on the internet through custom and trade resources, those sources still are very viable and very valuable and utilized to a great extent on many projects. And oftentimes they're only people who will deal with trade professionals that they have worked with for years and years and years. So it's there's no right or wrong to this, and it occurs to me that you can have as much or little involvement as you want. But you know, I think about it is the design and architecture trade, and including landscape, including the construction, everything that goes into the built environment is a professional service. You know, and another thing that comes to mind is if you need to get a root canal, you're not going to go ahead and cruise the internet and look for 10 easy steps on how to perform your own root canal. Now, you may go ahead and look to learn more about what's entailed with the root canal, who are the different professionals you may seek, what can be expected, how long is it going to take, price points, you might check a few things like that. Or chances are you probably just call your dentist, who even alerted you to the fact that you need a root canal. He gave you the name for an endodontist, and you may have called your insurance company and gotten a referral for the endodontist as well, and you went in and you let that endodontist do his or her work. And when they told you it would be $1,200 for your tooth, you paid them $1,200 for the tooth. You didn't, question where they got their materials from and how much are they marking it up. You just went ahead and did it. It's a very big difference. And I think that the same thing applies to these other professionals. You know, you're asking them to do something for which they're trained and for which they charge whatever it is that they charge. And I think that you're going to probably ultimately get a more holistic and harmonious service and relationship out of the professionals that you engage to do what you do, what you need done, by trusting that they're charging what they have to charge for their business and that they're going to deliver what you've wanted, soup to nuts, and that you'll be happy with the outcome. Because if you're distrusting the process, and there is no real reason to distrust the design process, you're not going to get what you want. And I would, in this case, just recommend that you really do it on your own, and take the good and the bad that comes with it. So for those of you that wish to be matched up with the right person based on your scope of services, your budget, your timeline, your temperament, who you're going to really have fun with and who's going to take you seriously and work the way you want to work, I welcome having a conversation with you. So I appreciate your time. I'm Lloyd Princeton with iMatch Designers. Thank you.